Good afternoon, guys. I'd like to welcome you back again to Good Morning Page, and I'm Nathan. So the last time that we met, we were looking at sets. My friend introduced sets earlier, but but thinking about we are closer to the exams, we decided that we will start the revisions. So I will quickly take you to paper 1, 2017, November. So paper 1, number 1 in mathematics, you always look at the instructions. And one of the instructions is don't use a calculator. No matter how complicated the question might be, but don't use a calculator. It is one of the rules. Then, as we'll go on, my friend will come and take it from where I'll leave it because we do not have much of a time today. So without wasting much of your time, we want to start with the first question, 2017 November paper 1. So it says, simplify. Simplify. This is an expression. It's not an equation. It's an expression. It is saying 3x minus y minus 2x minus 3y. This is an expression. They are not saying you should solve for x or for y. They're saying simplify. In this manner, it means it is complex, like complicated. So the first thing is look at the brackets. You have the brackets. So before you do anything else, try to distribute the sign that is outside the brackets. So you bring down the 3x, then this sign will distribute both y and 2x. So negative times y. That means here there is a coefficient 1 there, and if we multiply it with the negative, we have negative y. Then negative multiplied by negative 2x. It will be negative times negative. This is the sign negative. We have positive 2x. Then you copy this 3y. Then remember, in mathematics, common terms or like terms, they can be added, subtracted. Yes, so we have common terms, those that contain x and those that do not contain x. So those that contain x, we have 3x. And what else? We have the 2x there. So it is positive, so we'll add plus 2x. Then we'll go to the terms that contains y. We have the negative y there. We put it there, negative y. And we have the negative 3y. So negative 3y, like this. So now this has become much simpler because you can add and subtract the terms. So we have 3. When you're subtracting and adding terms, just look at the coefficients. Like for instance, this is 3, this is 2. You just say 3 plus 2, since they all contain x. You just say 3 plus 2, that is 5. 5, then just bring down the x. It will be wrong of you to say, no, 3 plus 2, it is 5, then x also, x plus x, you say x squared or 2x. That is wrong. So we go to terms that contain y as well. This is negative, and this is also negative. So it's like we get a negative number, then we get another negative, we add it. So it's like we are adding these negative numbers. Although it is subtraction here, but they're both negative, so it is like we are adding them. Here we have the coefficient 1. Remember that, but we don't show ones when we are dealing with variables. But it is there. So the 1 and the 3 there, it's like we'll add them. So we bring the sign down because this is all negatives. We bring it down. Then 1 plus 3, we have 4. That is our 4y. It has become simpler. You can notice that this is our final answer because it was that complex one, but now it is simpler. If you aren't clear, you can leave the comment below, and most importantly, remember to share. We want to interact. Where you're not clear, or maybe where you think you need to add some things, you are free to do so. So we proceed. This is for the first question, simplify. So we have simplified the equation. I'll quickly wrap this and do the second one. Okay, so the second one is saying evaluate this expression plus that. So when they say evaluate, what do they mean? We need to understand. Evaluation is different from simplification. You have to note that. When they say evaluate, it is same as the saying find the value of. Find the value of this plus that. So what we do is we have 81 over 16 to power negative 1 over 4, then plus again 81 over 16 raised to power 0. So here, what we need to do is, since you know that paper 1 you don't use calculators, if it was paper 2, we'll just go direct on the calculator and punch this and we'll have the answers. But this is paper 1, remember. So we have to find the exponential of these two numbers. That is the first thing. If you remember clearly, the way we find these exponentials, just a reminder, when we have a number like 81, like this, 81, we have to find the lowest number that could be divided into this number without leaving a remainder. And what could that number be? It is 3. So we put 3. 3 like that. 3. Then we divide. 81 divided by 3, we will have 27. Again, this same 27 could be divided by this same number that we found at the first. So 3 again. 27 divided by 3, we will have 9. Again, this same 3 could be divided into this same 9. Like that. 9 divided by 3, we will have 3. But again, you know, 3 can also be divided into 3. So 3 there. 3 into 3 is 1. And there we cannot say no 1 divided by 3 because to leave remainders like that. So these are the exponential of 81. So if I multiply 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, I'll go back to 81. So the short form of writing this 81 could be 3 power 4. See? Then even for the 16, we can go for the same procedure. Same procedure. We say 16, the lowest number that could go into 16, 2. Of course, we won't take 1 because 16 divided by 1 is just 16, so nothing will change. So 16 divided by 2, we'll have 8. This same 8 could be divided by this same number. So 8 divided by 2, we'll have 4. This same 4 could also be divided by 2. So this same 2 will come down there. 4 divided by 2, we'll have 2. And 2 divided by 2, we'll have 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You can say over 2 power 4. Raised to the negative 1 over 4. Like that. Okay. So then plus. Then remember, whatsoever number that you could raise to power 0, it is just 1. It could be 1,000, 10,000, 1 million raised to power 0. It is just 1. So this, don't even mind, no, in here there are similar terms and all that. This O thing, this term is all 1. See? Yes. Then, according to the laws of indices, we can multiply the power. When we expand this, it's same as this would multiply with this same power, and also the base will also multiply with the power. So when we multiply 3 power 4 multiplied by 1 over 4, negative there. Then over 2 power 4 multiplied by negative 1 over 4. So you notice that the 4 there and the 4 there will cancel. And you will remain with something like 3 power negative 1 over, even there the 4, you have 2 power negative 1. Then don't forget this, then plus 1 and also plus 1. So I'm going to continue from here. Yes. So this is a negative inverse, the negative power. So you can wonder, no, now how do I deal with these powers? This is now negative. How do I do it? Don't worry. When we have 3 power negative 1, remember this is a division, so it could be divided by 2 power negative 1. Then plus this same term that is there. So now, here, we can remember when a number is raised to power negative 1, it is same as saying 1 over 3 divided by 1 over 2. That is a positive inverse. This is a positive inverse. Then plus 1. See? So now, what we do is, when you see a division there, when you see a division there and a positive there, you first deal with the divisions before you go to the positive, the plus, the addition symbol. So what we do is 1 over 3 multiplied by 2, then plus 1. Like that. Then this has now become easy. You can say that is 2 over 3 plus 1. Then you can go on and find the common denominator, which is 3, there 2 plus 3, which is giving you 5 over 3. This is 5 over 3. So that is our answer. I know the challenge might be here on dealing with the negatives, and all this might be complicated, but they are simple. If I recap the steps that we took, here you find the multiplicative inverse, the exponential, which is 3 power 4 and 2 power 4 for 16 and 81. Then the powers could multiply with also the power that is outside the brackets. After multiplying them, we came up with this, which is the negative, then plus this term. Remember this term, any number, be it positive or negative, if it is raised to power 0, it is just 1. That is why we wrote this 1 there. Then we reached this stage. Here it means division, which is there. Then, so you change. It's like these two will change. The one on top will go down and the 2 will come up. See? Yeah. So 2 multiplied by 1, that is where we reach. 2 multiplied by 1, which is 3 over 2. 2 over 3. Plus the term that is, don't forget the 1, just carry it along, we'll add it there. 2 over 3 plus 1, that is where we're getting the 5 over 3. So this is all about it. This is all about these things. They are not hard, but they are very simple.